Welcome back to my channel. How you guys doing? Come on in, guys. The reunion show has started, though. The reunion, Big Brother Naija reunion live show. It has started. Today was day one, so we want to talk about and recap everything that went down. So come on in, guys. Let's talk. Let's just gist. Some of these housemates, they are pretending as if they have amnesia. Once they come to this reunion, everybody's start acting fresh, as if maybe they are so, as if they are so tushed up. That's the way most of them act. And I'm like, come on, where was all this energy during the show proper? Because during the show, most of these housemates are so guarded, not wanting to show, or deviate from the script that they came into the house with. So that's why they act as in a certain type of way in the house, because they know that Big Brother Naija is a show. And when you come to the show, you must have a certain type of script that you want to play into. And so most of these housemates come into the house with a certain type of script. Some of them even um some scenes from previous housemates that have been in the show before. Some of them take up some of their characters and start acting out just so that they can be relevant in the house. So those that could not do that in the house, or those that did not stay long enough to have that opportunity, will certainly use the reunion as a point to sell their market. So guys, come on in. It's night already, and I don't want to show my face, so that we can just talk and recap what really went down during the reunion show day one today. So the first thing Ebuka, um, when Ebuka introduced himself and all that, he he moved on to Zita and Damboskid, and we were made to understand that Zita and Damboskid's relationship has crashed. Guys, some of these housemates, they come into the house and they think that moving into a relationship will be something that will save them. But no, you have to come correct. Show the kind of stuff you are made up of. Show what you can offer. You understand? Damboski did not even stay long in the house. I think Damboski stayed like, is it a week or two? I think a week or two. I can't really remember now. But Damboski left very early in the house. And Damboski and Zita's relationship was the first relationship that happened in Big Brother's house in the 10 over 10 season. And they were just moving together as if maybe that the relationship was all and all. But coming out now during this reunion to find out that that ship has finally crashed. Guys, Big Brother's house is not a surprise, because Big Brother's house is an enclosed place. And most times, once you start moving close to somebody in the house, like a significant other, the relationship, the feelings, grows very, very fast. And once you get out of Big Brother's house, it requires a certain kind of effort, for that relationship to blossom. So according to what Zita said that the relationship crashed because of lack of effort on Damboski's side. Guys, please give this live stream a big thumbs up. Please like the live stream. We are chatting. Say hi to me in the comment section, and let's keep it going, guys. So Zita said that Damboski's lack of effort was what made the relationship to die a natural death. So Damboskid left early, like I mentioned earlier, and he leaving early from Big Brother's house. He was evicted early. So he being evicted early, Zita kind of tried to maintain herself. She was loyal to him, you understand, at least to the end of the show, which we all watched. She did not go into another relationship in the house again. She was just loyal to that's what she had with Dambo's kid. And leaving the house, according to Zita, she was expecting that there should be more effort on Dambo's kid's side, to move the relationship further. But according to her, Damboskid was not coming through, and so the relationship had to die a natural death. And that's that for Zita and Damboskid's relationship. Now moving on to Zita and Mide. Zita was saying that Mide was condensating to her. Sorry, guys, English. So Zita was saying that Mide was acting in a condescending way to her, and that was what prompted her, giving it back to her hot, not aligning with her, always quarreling. In the house, Zita and Mide, guys, these housemates, Zita and Mide, they really had issues in that house. They were not even seeing eye to eye. They were always fighting, up to the point that Zita nearly hit Mide. And that would have given her a huge strike, if not more. Hi, hello, Nay. Hi, welcome to my channel, guys. Please give this video a big thumbs up. Please like this video. Please, guys, like this video. So Zita was saying that Mide was acting in a condescending way to her, and that Mide is a colorist, that she sees color and all that. And I'm like, where is this coming from? Zita, you're a beautiful woman, black beauty, as in your own black beauty self, they shine, as in black beauty where they shine. So she's a very beautiful woman. She's not supposed to even feel that kind of way. So Mide was now saying that that all what Zita is saying is in her head, that she was not acting in a condescending way to her and all whatnot. Guys, in Big Brother's house, Mide was placing herself as one of the big girls, one of the top girls. And that was why earlier in the show, she and Day, they were as if they were like the outcasts from the females in the house as at that time. Because they were just together, Mide and Day, and they were not talking to other female housemates, you get. So they presented a force as if they were better than the other female housemates. That was why earlier in the show there were a lot of gossiping on the side of Doris, Sultana, and there's one other girl like that they were gossiping about Day and Mide. So Mide has this kind of beach resting face, and if you're not somebody that has interacted with people that have that kind of face, you may think that she's acting that way to you. So in that aspect that she was saying that Zita was saying that Mide was acting in a condescending way to her, I did not see that at all. I did not see that at all. In the house, I think what even initiated the first quarrel between Mide and Zita was when Mide was cooking and she asked Zita to help her to cut up some veggies, and Zita was like, no, she cannot do it and all that. And I'm like, in the house, in Big Brother's house, there are some certain type of people, like I mentioned when I started this live stream, they come into the house with a script that they want to act the way they want people to perceive them, you understand? And that is the way that to some extent they follow to the end of the show. So you have to watch Big Brother with an open mind and see the stories behind it, see the people behind it. So I think that issue that Mide and Zita had was what prompted that their argument and the fight. And even deep into the show, they were still not cool. So I'm even surprised that Ebuka was even asking that question, because Mide is not seeing Zita to be in that class with her. Not necessarily in a condescending way. I will not call it condescending now. But some of all these Big Brother housemates, they try to relate with one another based on class, based on levels and all that, and that's it. So Zita and Mide's issue, it was not really a serious issue, but the one that made the night for me, for this reunion show tonight, was the issue between Isabella, Thelma, and Big Soso. So Big Soso just inserted herself in this issue. Guys, take note. Hi, Air Homes. Hi, 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 hi. Welcome, 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 welcome. So, Ebuka was, asking Isabella and Thelma what their issue was. According to Isabella said that Thelma was interested in Kaikumi, and it was that interest that Thelma was now trying to poke Isabella and doing all sorts to her, and that was why they had that issue. Guys, remember that initially in the show, Isabella and Thelma, they were kind of close, and that closeness was because they were from the same place, Port Harcourt. So they got closer at the beginning of the season, but because of Kaikumi was now getting close to Isabella, Thelma did not like that because her eyes was on Kaikumi. According to Thelma, she got an information during the lockdown, when they were in lockdown, before they got into the house, that there's one guy that has a strong fan base and all that, and they should get close together. And they also told Kaikumi that there's one girl from Port Harcourt, she's a single mother, and he should get close to her so that she will make his game stronger in the house. That was the game plan that Kaikumi said. So coming into the house now, Kaikumi met Isabella. Isabella is a single mother from Port Harcourt. Thelma also is another single mother from Port Harcourt. So it got Kaikumi confused on who the exact person he was to, get close to, so that he can stay longer in the house. So Thelma, to me, and what it looked like during the show, Thelma really liked Kaikumi. That's how it looked like to me. Because even when Thelma won the head of house, she now called Kaikumi. She now nominated Kaikumi as the assistant head of house that will stay with her in the head of house lounge, knowing fully well that Kaikumi and Isabella were together. You understand? But Thelma played that card. So that was the beginning of the issue that Isabella and Thelma had. Isabella felt like Thelma, stabbed her in the back, and Thelma was like a hypocrite and a backstabber and all that. That why should she move on to the man that she likes, while Thelma is saying that it doesn't matter. So during the course of this questioning, Big Soso, inserted herself into the whole mix. She's always inserting herself in issues. And I was like, come on, this woman, you're so troublesome. And to be sincere, Big Soso looks like somebody that has a kind heart, but she inserts herself in issues where she's not supposed to insert herself. Remember that how she inserted herself in the house in Kola's issue, and she started insulting Dede that was on her own. She and Dede have not had any quarrel before. They've not had any back and forth before. But just because of she just wanted to buy matter, she started fighting with Dede, insulting Dede, saying all sorts of things. So that was the same script that she played this night during this Thelma and Isabella's issue, guys. So that was the same script that she played, and now she started insulting Thelma, that Thelma has nothing, that Thelma doesn't have money. She was just lambasting Thelma that she has more money. That's why she can insert herself in any fight. That Thelma should go and see the company that she opened in the UK. And she was just, boasting literally. So Thelma was not telling her that she's not that girl. Big so you're not that girl. You're not that girl. And I'm like, what's this? But guys, what got me upset was Thelma started crying. And I'm like, F up. Why? Why should you cry in this kind of thing? Once people are coming to your reunion, you have to have your arsenal. You have to have your arsenal that you will use to talk. And you don't need to start crying, shedding emotions, and showing that you're weak. Because once you start crying, it now gives the other person, the upper hand that yes, whatever he or she is saying, they are winning. You understand? And you wouldn't want that for yourself. So Thelma crying was a big no-no to me. You understand? She even acted, it looked as if Thelma was kind of subdued in this reunion. She's not really acting like the Thelma we knew in the house, the hard nut cracker girl. She's not looking like that at all. But so continued lambasting her. And I don't understand why Kaikumi called Thelma that Thelma was my dog or is my dog. And I'm like, what is that? Ah, guys, this reunion, it seems it's going to be hot too. So, to end the day one recap, Ebuka was asking Doris about her issue with Kola. Remember that when Kola got into the house in the earlier show, in the earlier season days of the show, he was interested in Day. But the package that Day came into the house with, she came into the house with this no nonsense girl that is on her own, a big girl for that matter. She did not hug any guys. Remember, she did not hug any of the guys. And she was not relating that much with the ladies too. You understand? So Kola's eyes was on Day, while Doris's eyes was on Kola. So Kola was seeing Doris as a friend, while Doris was seeing Kola as a potential person she can date in the house. Kola was looking out for Day, but because Day was not giving him the time of the day. Number one, during the lunch when the guys came in, she did not hug any of the guys. So to Kola felt that as an insult. He took that as an insult, and he just started harboring um a kind of hate or resentment towards Day initially. There was nobody he could talk about his frustrations with except Doris, who gave him that lead role to be able to talk whatever he wants about Day. So that was the advantage that Doris had. She was willing to trash talk Day, and Kola was willing to say a lot. So while Kola was saying all those things to Doris was also inserting and fueling the resentment that Kola had for Day initially, hoping that at the end of it all, Kola will look at her side, and maybe start up something with her. But Kola's mind was already on Day because he liked Day. And still, he did all he could to be able to be with Day as the show progressed. So when Doris found out that Kola was not even looking at her in that kind of way, she was now resentful to Kola, and she started trash talking Kola until finally she ended up with Denari. Even her being with Denari, it was like Denari was the second choice to her. You understand? Because Kola did not want to move on with start a relationship with her in the house. So she had that resentment. She was now talking about saying stuff about Kola, that Kola is a weakling every time he goes to Day. It's kind of that. So Ebuka was addressing that issue, and that was how the show ended. I think this reunion show is heavily edited, guys. Uh, but I just hope that what they promised, the Gbasgbos they promised, they can be able to show us everything. You understand? So this is where I'm going to end this particular recap. We're going to see how the second day of the reunion show happens. And when it's done, I'm going to also come back here and give you guys a recap of all the things, all the good stuff that happened. Thank you guys for joining my live stream. Put down your thoughts, your comments, your opinions in the comment section. I'll see you guys in another one. Take care of yourself and bye bye. Bye, guys.